This recipe is going to be a fantastic bell pepper sauce, nice and smooth and creamy, a little bit of hint of chili through there. It's going to be a bit of a bite to it. This sauce you can use on pasta, you can use with prawns, seafood, steak, chicken. It's so versatile, it's so easy, it's so quick. Come on, let's get going and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, let's go through the ingredients. I've got half a cup of yellow, a half a cup of green, half a cup of red peppers, and I've diced them. I've also got some red onion and a little bit of fennel. A couple of tablespoons of coarsely chopped garlic. And now I'm going to dice these tomatoes. I've got 3 fairly ripe tomatoes and I'm going to dice those up. And I'm going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Once the oil is hot, just pop your onions in. And you just want to cook these for around about a minute, followed by our capsicum. Add your garlic. And now in with our fresh tomato. Now we just want to let this gently simmer down until those tomatoes start to break down. You want at this stage to have the heat quite low. You don't want to rush this because we're kind of making our own sauce here, and you need to give the tomatoes time to sort of soften up and make their own sauce. You really don't want that liquid to evaporate. Basically what's going to happen now, once we've made this sauce, is we're going to blend it. And then we're going to strain it. We're going to add some pepper and some salt. Now to heat this up, I'm going to add some chili flakes, and you can add as much or as little as you like. Choice is yours. I like to have a little bit of bite to this, so I'm putting in around about half a teaspoon. Now I'm going to add the lid to this because I want to capture all that steam. It's going to go back into the sauce. Okay, it's been cooking now for a couple of minutes. I'm going to take the lid off and you can see all that steam through there. Cooking away nicely. I'm going to add half a cup of vegetable stock and a good bunch of fennel. And continue cooking now for another couple of minutes. Just let it cook down. You want all those ingredients to be nice and soft and cooked through. Now I'm going to add just a little touch of tomato puree, or you can use tomato paste. I'm adding a touch of tomato puree, around about 1/4 cup. And just let that mix through. And this kind of thickens up the sauce a little bit, gives it a little bit more body. I'm going to add just a touch of sugar, just white sugar, just a sprinkle of white sugar, probably around about a tablespoon. Just to take the acidity out of the tomatoes and soften it slightly. And we're just going to let this cook now. And I'll show you the next step once it's cooked. So now the sauce has been cooking for a further 5 to 8 minutes with the lid on. We're going to take the lid off now, and it's on a very gentle simmer. Everything's nice and soft. And I'm just going to have a bit of a taste now, just to correct the consistency of the seasoning. And that is just got that beautiful flavour through it. This fennel is nice and soft now, and we're not going to pick this out. We're going to blend this through. It's got a fantastic flavour. Fennel goes really lovely with tomato, and it also complements fish very, very well. Prawns, you could do a nice chili prawn with this sauce. Okay, we're done now. Let's turn this off. Total cooking time for the sauce is around about 10 minutes by the time you fry off your vegetables and simmer away. So it's there. That's all nice and soft now. We're going to blend this. Okay, so we've taken the sauce off now, and just be a little bit careful that it's not too hot. I'm putting it into a standard blender, And just be a little bit careful because it is quite hot. Place the lid on top. Just remove the lid. And now that the sauce has blended, I want to pour it through a sieve, a fine sieve, and we want to get all those pips and stringy pieces out of there because I want to be left with a really fine, smooth, velvety sauce. Okay, so what you want to do now is you want to just pass it through this sieve. That's going to get rid of all your lumps and pips and anything else. Now once you've done this, you're going to be left with this pulp. And this is all the coarse fibers from the chili seeds and the tomato skins and also the stalks from the fennel. And you are left with this delicious, beautiful sauce that's going to only improve overnight. This sauce will keep in the fridge for up to 5 to 7 days. You may get a little longer out of it, but that's my recommendation. Otherwise you can freeze it for a couple of months. The combinations of using this sauce are endless. Well, thanks again for watching Chef Mooney, and I hope you give that recipe a try, and until next time, see ya.